From WYLN Hazleton, this is WYLN's late edition, News at 10, with meteorologist Joe Garbacek, sports with Beth Mensinger, anchors Lisa Sugar and L.A. Tyrone. News, weather, sports, features, and more. You're watching WYLN's late edition, News at 10.
Good evening and welcome to WYLN's late edition for Monday, July 22nd, 2013. I'm Lisa Shugart. Tonight, trying to preserve history and her grandfather's dream, how you can help save the Berwick Theater. Ann Gownley takes us to several special events from this past weekend. In sports, Ken Kara's in for Beth Mensinger tonight, and he's talking street hockey. Plus, meteorologist Joe Garbacek tells us whether or not to keep that umbrella handy. But first, late edition's look at tonight's top stories. A man missing from Beltsville State Park today after a fishing trip. Late edition's Ann Gownley has the details on the search.
Several search crews and several hours later, still no sign of the missing fisherman at Beltsville State Park.
The in-county dive personnel and dive team were dispatched, and the water rescue personnel within Carbon County were dispatched. And then as they gathered here, they determined there was a need for an extensive dive operation. So multiple mutual aid dive, search and rescue and dive companies were called in from the surrounding areas.
A boat on the lake was discovered around daybreak by fishermen on shore. The Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission are currently investigating what happened.
The fishermen from shore that witnessed something, it seemed like there was a boat that wasn't operating properly. I believe they reported that it was just not operating in a normal fashion and seemed like something was wrong, and then they did not see a person. So it's assumed that a person is missing from that boat in the lake.
According to Nalesnik, there was a flotation device found on the boat. Hundreds of volunteers from several counties have responded to help search and gather evidence. However, the lake is several miles long and the depth varies up to 100 feet deep, which may put search teams in danger, but Lehighton Fire Department Lieutenant Steve Ebert says that's not stopping them from searching.
Like all the volunteers here, we just believe in helping our community. I think any of the volunteers that are here would say the same thing. We just want to make sure that our communities, we have a lot of mutual aid departments here, and all of us just give our time to do what's right for the community. And I think all of the volunteers would do the same thing.
Ebert says there is approximately 10 feet of visibility, so dive teams are staying above water and using sonar devices.
We have 4 different boats that are using sonar to try and pinpoint a location. We had an eyewitness who witnessed the accident this morning. From that witness, we've been able to try and pinpoint at least an area of the lake where we're focusing our search efforts right now.
All boat launches at the park have been closed to the public until the investigation is completed. Crews suspended their search around 3:30 this afternoon. For WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Ann Gownley.
Thank you, Ann. Well, tomorrow is Election Day for some voters in Schuylkill and Carbon counties. A special election will take place in municipalities in both counties that are within the Hazleton Area School District. This special election comes as the result of a mistake made during the May primary in which Steve Hahn's name was left on the ballots for Hazleton Area School Board in Carbon and Schuylkill counties, even though Hahn had withdrawn from the race. Hahn's name was removed from the ballots in Luzerne County, therefore Luzerne election results stand. Hahn received 553 votes in May. Only those who voted in May can vote tomorrow. And Luzerne County is picking up the tab for the election redo since it failed to notify the other 2 counties about the ballot change prior to the primary election. Polling places will be open all day tomorrow from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. to allow voters in those communities to cast their ballots again for Hazleton Area School Board's race. A Berwick man is facing murder charges. State police at Bloomsburg say 26-year-old Brett Allen Woodside is charged with criminal homicide in the Saturday night death of 24-year-old Brandon Burns of Selinsgrove. Police found Burns stabbed in a house in Almedia between Berwick and Bloomsburg. He was rushed to a Bloomsburg hospital but was pronounced dead on arrival. Police say Woodside stabbed Burns numerous times. Woodside is also charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault and a misdemeanor charge of tampering with evidence. Police say Woodside and Burns were friends since childhood, but got into a loud argument at Burns' mother's house. Police say they do not know what sparked that argument. Hanover Township Police are trying to find out who stabbed a 17-year-old boy near Marion Terrace Apartments early Sunday. Police say the 17-year-old was taken to Geisinger Wyoming Valley Medical Center in Plains for non-life-threatening injuries. Police say he was stabbed during a struggle with a man he described as in his early 20s, 6 feet tall, wearing a black shirt, black hooded sweatshirt, and blue jeans. Anyone with information is being asked to call the Hanover Township Police Department at 825-1269. West Hazelton police have charged a man with burglarizing a borough bar. It is the Poorhouse on Winters Avenue. Today, police tell us they charged 23-year-old Mark Schlau of Hazelton with breaking into it on Friday. He was charged with burglary, trespass, and receiving stolen property. As of this afternoon, he was in the county prison awaiting arraignment. Shots rang out Sunday morning in Hazelton. It happened in the area of West Diamond Avenue and Lincoln Street just after 2 o'clock this morning. Police did recover several spent shell casings from that area. However, there were no reported injuries and no reports of any property damage. Anyone with information is asked to call Hazelton Police or else dial 911. A man who exposed himself to a 14-year-old girl in a wooded area near Route 924 in Hazel Township on Sunday afternoon is now wanted by police. According to state police, the girl was walking along the woods near Clay Avenue and Wayne Street when she heard a man whispering to her just after 5 p.m. The man then exposed himself. The young girl ran and contacted police. She described the man as white or Hispanic, overweight with short dark hair. Anyone with information is asked to call the state police at 459-3890. A family in our area is celebrating not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 of their children's birthdays today. The Kashak quadruplets are 16. Our Gary Pernis spent some time with them on their special day.
16 years ago today, James and Karen Kashak welcomed quadruplets Jonathan, Morgan, Kyle, and Rebecca into the world. Today, the 4 are celebrating their birthdays just like they spent the rest of them together. I asked Mom Karen what her first thought was when she found out she was having 4 kids.
Sheer terror. It was very frightening because the odds were definitely against us of having healthy children. And so it was scary in the very beginning.
Karen said the past 16 years was like a roller coaster.
It really is a blur because there was just so much to do just to care for them and raise them. It's amazing to me and to my husband Jim that they are 16 and going to start learning how to drive, and they have their own cell phones and they're starting to talk about college. So it's pretty amazing.
Jonathan, Morgan, Kyle, and Rebecca, and yes, that's the order in which they were born, said at points they wish they were an only child.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah.
We always get to hang out together, but it gets annoying because you always have someone following you like a tail. But in the end, it's always fun because instead of you doing all the work, you could have someone help you with it.
Like one day you'll be fighting with all of them and you just are like, I wish I was the only child. Or...
But all 4, as we were sitting there talking, said they would be lost without each other.
I would be lost. I mean, I would have no one to hang out with. We always go swimming together at night or something, and it would just be boring because you would have no one to talk to.
So what was it like growing up with 3 other kids, your same age, doing everything together?
Interesting. You always have a best friend. Always have somebody to talk to. Never bored. Always have someone to fight with.
It was fun. It kind of got annoying because, like, they're always right next to you. Never changes.
It gets annoying at times, but then it's nice.
Do you ever, wish you're like, man, if I just had 5 minutes to myself?
Oh, yeah.
Mom Karen said one of her favorite memories was when the kids made a boat in the living room.
They were contained in the 2 rooms when they were toddlers. And one day I was in the kitchen making dinner, and all of a sudden I started to smell baby powder, and I had no idea because no one was being changed. So I came into the 2 rooms, and they had turned over their Tiny Tykes picnic table. And I said to them, what are you doing? And they looked at me with the little eyes, all 8 of them, and said, Mommy, we's making a boat. And so they made a boat, and they had baby powder all over it and lotion, and they used baby wipes to clean it up.
The Kashak 4 do have an older sister, Amanda, who just graduated from high school. Both parents are proud of everything the kids have accomplished. The family headed to Knoebels today to celebrate the birthday. Happy birthday to Jonathan, Morgan, Kyle, and Rebecca. In West Hazelton, for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Gary Perna.
Thanks, Gary, and we wish them all a happy birthday. Well, Saturday was a day to remember a local hero who dedicated his life to protecting and serving our country and community. George Umbenhauer has more on this special story.
Families and friends gathered this weekend at the Walk of Honor Memorial located at the Luzerne County Community College. A plaque was unveiled to the Williams family to remember their son, Correctional Officer Eric Williams, who was killed in February while working in a housing unit at the Cannon Federal Penitentiary in Pennsylvania. Among his immediate family, Don Williams, Eric's father, shares his feelings on the ceremony.
I'm feeling a little overwhelmed right now. I think it was a very great honor to have a plaque for him, particularly at a school that he attended and also in the town that he grew up in. And it just assures me that people won't forget his sacrifices or the sacrifices of others in their line of duty.
Among the crowd were Senators Don Udicek and Lisa Baker, who spoke about local heroes and to recognize their dedication. Senator Udicek discusses why he chose to have this ceremony at the Walk of Honor.
This happened just after 9/11, and one of our own, a firefighter from New York City who grew up in Newport Township, Michael Carlo, his mother came to me and said, we need a place to honor Michael, and this is his place, where as a hero we honor him. His was the first plaque we put up on the wall. The second plaque is Eric Williams' plaque, honoring him as a first responder hero.
Senator Lisa Baker also shared her thoughts on recognizing local heroes.
It's a fitting tribute. When you think about first responders, corrections officers, no one really knows what it's like to walk in their shoes. And for us to have a memorial in tribute to someone whose walk ended so tragically as Eric Williams did in the line of duty, he's a true American hero, he's a true community hero.
The family received tons of support from all over the country, according to Don Williams. Both the family and staff greatly appreciate the attention given to honor Officer Williams. Warden David Ebert of the U.S. Penitentiary in Canaan tells us how he, along with the institution, appreciates the support.
On behalf of my staff at Canaan, anytime we have these events where there's some recognition or some attention given to the event that took place involving Eric, it's a nice thing. Anything that we see that makes the Williams family feel better helps all of us in the work that we do each and every day, and I appreciate the community, the whole valley. I don't know if you refer to it as a valley, but it's just a phenomenal place, and the support that we've gotten has been wonderful.
Officer Williams was known to be an intelligent person and had a passion for his job. Warden Everett shares what kind of person Williams was.
A great kid, just a great kid. He's a reflection of his mother and his father, and his sister and his two brothers.
His life was tragically cut short.
He was a bright individual. He liked what he did. He understands the environment, understood the environment that we worked in, and I like to think of him as one of those fellows who was just born brave.
The warden also shares that a training facility will be named after Officer Eric Williams, and a time capsule will be placed in front of the institution to be opened in 25 years. In addition to this ceremony, there was a Community Safety Day held at the Public Safety Training Institute. Local residents were able to get a close-up look at local departments and see what services they offer. Also, children could have their faces painted, receive a bicycle helmet fitting, and take part in a bicycle training course. Later, the Life Flight helicopter made an appearance. Reporting for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm George Umbenhauer.
Thank you, George. Well, it is 1 year ago today Penn State had the statue of Joe Paterno removed. The action spun out of the Jerry Sandusky scandal, with the school's administration believing Paterno could have done more. The anniversary was not lost on someone near the main campus. This morning, a sign reading, "We won't forget," was left at the site where the statue once stood. Penn State declined comment on the condition or location of the statue. Officials have said only that it is in a, quote, secure location. A 16-inch water main break in the Valmont Industrial Park has led to some discolored water in West Hazelton, Harwood, and the north part of Hazelton for the next day or so. According to Randy Cahalan, the authority's manager, they have isolated the leak No boil advisory has been issued. Customers should refrain from drinking discolored water due to it being less palatable when discolored. The water is not contaminated. Also, the HCA is asking customers to refrain from doing laundry for a few days if possible. Downtown Shenandoah Incorporated has received a major gift, a $100,000 anonymous donation. The donor said that the money is to be used to help the organization in its plan for redesignation as a participant in the state's Main Street program. DSI Vice President Karen Kenderkind said the donor's name will never be made public, but added it was someone born and raised here but left the area. DSI is starting a campaign to raise $250,000 locally, so the Main Street program will continue to get state funding through the State Department of Community and Economic Development. Actor Dennis Farina has died. He was best known as Detective Joe Fontana on the television series Law and Order. Farina was a former Chicago police officer who turned to acting. He was a police consultant on the 1981 film Thief, and director Michael Mann gave him a small on-screen role. That led to his acting career. He later collaborated with Mann on the 1986 TV movie Manhunter and the 1980s detective series Miami Vice. Farina's other TV credits included turns on the dramas Luck and Crime Story, as well as in the miniseries Empire Falls. Dennis Farina was just 69 years old. And finally tonight, the royal baby was born this afternoon. INN's Phil Doherty has specifics.
The long-awaited birth of the royal baby in the UK, and we finally know it's a boy. Duchess Kate gave birth to him at 4:24 London time, and he weighed in at 8 pounds 6 ounces. William was at his wife's side for the birth. No word yet on the baby's name. He is third in line to the throne behind his dad William and grandfather Charles. For now, he'll be known as Your Royal Highness, the Prince of Cambridge.
That's INN's Phil Doherty reporting. Well, Saturday was a beautiful day for Schuylkill Haven to have a special parade dedicated to firefighters throughout the WYLN viewing area. We'll have more. I'm sorry, that's a mistake in the script right now. Right now we're going to head outdoors to Joe Garbachik, who is in the Weather Center, our outdoor weather center where it's reading right now, the Bedrock Gardens Weather Center. Joe, do you have that umbrella handy?
Sure thing, Lisa. The rain continues to fall across our region. Of course, we had those showers and thunderstorms moving in earlier. Still very mild outside our station right now, but how long will this rain last? And because of the rain, some of it has been falling quite heavy at times. With some of those storms do have those flood advisories that continue to be in effect for both Carbon and Monroe counties. We'll talk about what we can expect with the 7-day forecast straight ahead.
When it comes to the wire, guys, you are going to have an amazing experience. And if it means giving you back your money, plus, I'm going to do it. We guarantee everything. 112% money back guarantee. Labor and material guaranteed for a year. So you don't really need to worry about it. You're going to walk up to the wall, throw the switch, put your power cords in the outlets, and everything is the way it's supposed to be. Call me. Your time is valuable. If we're late, you get paid.
Heritage SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. Come see for yourself. They have the freshest selection of meats, cheese, and produce. Baked goods made fresh on premises. They have an in-store butcher who is happy to accommodate your special orders. Be sure to stop in and check out their unadvertised specials. You'll find them throughout the store. See their flyer for weekly specials. Heritage SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. This week at Heritage, their Power Buys promotion is back. When they buy right, you save more. Don't miss the savings.
Off the Beaten Path is a half-hour program that showcases interesting and unique people, places, and things in Pennsylvania. Hosted by Jeff Bonomo, Brian Bromley, and Ken Cara, Off the Beaten Path is fast-paced, light-hearted, and sometimes even downright funny. Each show, we travel to many destinations in Pennsylvania, including restaurants, events, unique landmarks, and we talk with interesting people. So come with us off the beaten path.
Live 35 Skycast Doppler. We do have the rain that continues to fall across our region. Some of it heavy at times, especially indicated by the oranges and yellows that you see on your screen. And we're going to have to deal with this rain even as we head through tonight and going into tomorrow. Looks like another chance of some showers, even a possibility of a couple of thunderstorms across our region a little bit closer to home. And you can see some of the heavier rain falling. And again, the good news is it's on a mild side, and it will stay on the mild side through tonight. But again, the humidity is going to be a factor as we go into tomorrow. But once all this rain kicks through, humidity levels are going to drop for Wednesday, and then from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, they all look like there's going to be very nice-looking days. Our live Lehigh Tower conditions outside our station in Hazleton, 69 degrees. Humidity now coming in at 100%. We've picked up just about 1/3 of an inch of precipitation since midnight. Now you can see the winds averaging anywhere between 5 to as much as 10 miles per hour. Our Robert Stevens Face and Body Almanac page for the day. 82 and 66, 82 and 61 are the averages. 98 and 50 to record high and low. They still stand. 549, 832. Sunrise and sunset for tomorrow. Temperatures across our area right now, 69 in New Angola, 74 in Berwick, 72 in Shenandoah, 73 in Monroe City, and 74 degrees in Danville. Here's a look at some temperatures up in the Wyoming Valley area from Nanticoke to Wilkes-Barre, Kingston, and Lehman. Temperatures generally holding in the 70s, and winds continuing to be not much of a factor across our region. Satellite and radar, you can still see all of the rain coming through the state of Pennsylvania, and even out toward the north and northwest still have to deal with the rain, the overcast skies, and we're going to have to deal with that right through the overnight hours. Skycast precipitation and clouds. Well, we got the rain still moving through, and tomorrow the showers, the thunderstorms across our region, and now that starts to clear out as we head into tomorrow night. Another front comes through, and it paves the way for some much more pleasant and cool conditions into our Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But tomorrow is going to be another humid day across our region, and another front coming out from the north and west. That's going to bring in some more pleasant air and comfortable air as we start going into the middle part and ending part of the week. Temperature-wise, though, tonight still muggy, rain around, maybe a few more thunderstorms. We're only dropping down into the 60s to near 70 degrees. And tomorrow, higher elevations, 70s. Elsewhere, I think temperatures, for the most part, should be up into the 80s. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys, a division of Arc Electric. Here's what we can expect over the next couple of days. In the 70s, mid to upper 70s for tomorrow, and then after that, in the 70s, but lower humidity levels, more comfortable conditions. Sunday and Monday, some showers and thunderstorms going into early next week. Our evening Pennsylvania lottery numbers, a daily 407, a big 40250. Quinto numbers 86503, and a cash 5, 711, 24, 35, and 38. Back to you, Elisa.
Okay, Squeaky. Wipe your shoes off. When we come back, how you can help save the Berwick Theater. That story and much more still ahead on Late Edition.
Hey everyone, want some close-to-home fun? Join the Keystone Active Zone Passport program to create your own backyard adventure exploring parks, trails, and events. It's fun, easy, and it's free. This year's Passport has more than 30 stops. Enjoy Riverfest in Wilkes-Barre and Pittston. Explore the Delaware and Lehigh National Heritage Corridor and more. Register at kazpassport.org. Visit as many stops as you want. Each stop has a question. Find the answers and log them in on the website. Start exploring today.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, announcing how everybody can make the Grand Central connection with the grand opening of our second location on Route 93 across from Berger Family Dealerships. During our grand opening celebration, take part in our weekly $300 Hazel Park gift certificate giveaway. Grand opening price is up to 50% off, free delivery, and up to 36 months interest-free finance. And remember, shop Grand Central, where your house becomes a home.
Managing risk is more than just buying an insurance policy.
At Dreyfus, our approach is different. We have 25 risk management professionals who have the tools and experience to help our clients avoid and survive unexpected events. We can help you with risk transfer, OSHA requirements, safe workplace, cybersecurity, and claims management. All of these go well beyond an insurance policy. We're also independent, so we can access dozens of insurance carriers like Grange Insurance, who can insure your auto, home, business, and life. Dreyfus Insurance since 1901 and Grange Insurance since 1935. We're committed to helping you manage risk.
You work hard at fundraising events for your organization. What better way to raise awareness to your cause than to wear a custom embroidered or screen printed shirt from CTC Apparel Plus? CTC makes it easy to create t-shirts that get your message out. Not only do we have packages at different levels that are affordable, but the t-shirts will be name brand, stylish, and comfortable. All it takes is a minimum of 25 shirts to start promoting. There are no setup fees or deposits required. Call CTC today at 570-454-3754.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer, dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, and outside grill and picnic table. Call us today for rates at 1-800-824-FISH.
Are we as a country losing our religion? My guest this week lays some of the blame on Christian leadership. He contends that too many Christians have abandoned the political arena, considering politics as worldly and outside the realm of Christian influence. Ray Harker, author of the book called God and Government, A Christian's Guide to Civic Responsibility and Political Ideology, this week on Storm Politics.
Welcome back. A longtime theater in Berwick needs your support to keep the doors open. An effort is underway to keep a longtime theater in Berwick open. The Berwick Theater on Front Street is facing a deadline and time is running out.
It used to be the Strand and the Temple, and when the movie theater was converted, it was made into one big movie theater, so the two were combined. And that's when my grandfather took over.
Renee Bauer is manager of the Berwick Theater. She is trying to preserve the dream of her grandfather, Vincent D'Augustine, who recently passed away. Her grandfather purchased the theater back in 1957 and was in the midst of raising money and public support to help convert the theater from its current use of 35mm film to digital. The switch is being required for all theaters looking to show first-run movies.
The digital conversion is pretty much forcing us to convert, just because the distributors aren't going to be giving us the film format, so we won't be able to run new movies on our projection system. So if we don't convert, we won't be able to keep new movies.
But this conversion comes with a hefty price tag.
It could cost upwards of $70,000 to convert everything and to change the system over. As far as audio is concerned, just the whole thing, it could cost $70,000.
The Berwick Theater dates back to 1868, when it originally opened as an opera house. It later became a movie house in the 1900s.
It's the only theater in Berwick. It's a little piece of history. Recently, we've gotten so much publicity because I run the Facebook page, and when I said my grandfather was sick, and when we started saying that we had to convert, so many people got involved, and so many people said, no, you can't close the theater. This is, you have to keep it open for the community, and that's what kept my pop going. I mean, he was 89 years old, and he had congestive heart failure, and that's what kept him moving towards switching to digital, because he wanted to keep it open for the community at an affordable rate.
In an effort to preserve fun, affordable family entertainment, Bauer is turning to the community for help.
We want to do a lot of fundraising, a lot of fun things. We want to get the community involved. It's honestly overwhelming how everybody has come together to make this conversion. Everybody has been so supportive, and so we we want to keep people involved and do fundraising and do it in a way that everyone can, get something out of it. I don't really want to just take everybody's money as a donation. I want to do something. I want to be involved with it.
She has plenty of ideas, but is in need of the public support.
We want to be able to have like an old movie night. We want to be able to fix up the upstairs and make the balcony functional. We want to have birthday parties up there. We want to have functions here. We want to, when the community has something, we want to do something for it. We just have so many plans. I know we're changing our concession stand a little bit, but as far as prices are concerned, those are going to stay the same for a while. If they ever do go up, they're never going to go up more than a couple cents. It's not going to be anything huge.
Last Friday marked her late grandfather's birthday, and in his honor, the first 25 patrons received free admission, and the first 50 free popcorn.
My pop's last words to me were actually, "How am I going to keep this place open?"
Now, to help accomplish her and her grandfather's goal, Renee has set up a Facebook page to keep the community informed and to solicit help. And donations can also be sent to the Berwick Theater itself. And remember, the Berwick Theater is showing movies each weeknight at 7 p.m. The cost is just $4. And hopefully the community will come forward and help her to keep that Berwick Theater going for many years to come. When we come back, Ken Carr is in tonight, sitting in for Beth with sports. That's next on Late Edition.
It's known as the Tricky Triangle, a track whose sum total equals a challenge like nowhere else.
Smoke is boiling between Bush and Johnson!
It is Pocono Raceway, where the first race was won by a king. Every race is full throttle to the photo finish.
Virtual dead heat.
And wrecks are not the end, but the start of a comeback. This is Pocono Raceway, where history is measured in right angles.
Welcome to Robert Stevens Face and Body, Hazelton's complete skincare center. Here, our licensed specialists will consult with you to discuss your skincare needs, rejuvenate you with our special facial treatments, and apply gentle, relaxing massages to melt your tension away, using all state-of-the-art technical treatments and superior skin products. So call today and let the transformation begin at Robert Stevens Face and Body, 788-7546.
Hi, I'm Liz Tolan. I'd like to invite you to the first annual COPS event. It's taking place on September 21st right here at the Butler Township Community Center. This event, brought to you by WYLN 35 in Hazelton, the Greater Hazelton Health Alliance, and other area sponsors, will consist of a 5K run, 5K walk, kids fun run, open-air concert, free cookout for the community, crafters, tricky trays, and so much more. Proceeds from this event will go to benefit 4 area police departments. When you call these men and the men and women they serve with, they're going to be there for you. Won't you take one day out of your busy schedule and be there for them?
WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the children's programming report is on file for public inspection at WYLN, 1057 East 10th Street, Hazelton, PA, during normal business hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday.
And welcome to sports here on the Late Edition. Don't worry, this is not a rerun. I'm doing a favor for a friend and filling in for the awesome Beth Menzinger. And I'm kind of glad she took a break today because I got to go to the Hazelton Street Hockey League playoffs. Here's game number 2 of a best-of-3 semifinal between the Bulldogs and the Phantoms. The Bulldogs lead the series 1-0. And here's bad news for the Phantoms. Here comes the Dogs. Lucas Yencha squeezes between 2 defenders and puts this one away. It's 2-0 Dogs. Big shot here by the Phantoms. It's deflected by the goalie, and 2 Phantoms swarm the goal. Goalie's on the ground. Chase Whitman chips it over the Dogs' last line of defense, 2-1. Here come the Phantoms again. They are trying to tie the game, but Christian Van Horn stops this play cold. But the Phantoms, they stay hot. They're on the break, and here Derek Coombs does not waste the opportunity, and we're tied. There's a big save by the Phantoms' Margaret Fulton. She keeps the game tied at 2 after 2. Welcome to the third period and welcome to the Phantom Zone. Yes, that's where criminals from the planet Krypton go, but on Earth it's where good hockey is played. Austin English. It's now 3-2 Phantoms. They go on to win 4-2. This series is tied. The decisive Game 3 will be on Wednesday. Game 2 between the Barnburners and the Outlaws will also be on Wednesday. That game was rained out tonight. The Barnburners lead that series 1-0. That's all the sports for now, but please stay tuned because in the second half of sports tonight, we'll hear from Penn State Nittany Lion Eric Shrive. He'll let us know how the offseason is going for the Lions, plus I'll read some national sports news. Up next on a late edition, it's the top story recaps. We'll be right back.
Krugel's Georgetown Deli and Beer has been voted Northeastern Pennsylvania's best craft beer selection 3 years in a row. Try Krugel's delicious sandwiches and subs, eat in or take out. Krugel's Georgetown Deli, carrying the largest and best selection of beer from around the world. Krugel's is the home of the Krugler. Fill your Krugler up in their tap system and keep your favorite beer fresh longer. Krugel's Georgetown Deli, Wilkes-Barre Township, next to the Big Cow. Check them out on the web, georgetowndeli.com.
The WILN Weather Center brings you precise weather information you need to plan your day. And now you can get the latest weather conditions online anytime at WILNTV.com. Utilizing the latest technology, meteorologist Joe Garbacik brings you the most accurate weather information available, including webcams to view current road conditions and detailed maps of our area. For a full, detailed, and accurate daily weather report, watch WILN Weather with Joe Garbacik weekdays at 5 and 10 and online anytime at WILNTV.com.
Recapping tonight's top stories, a massive search for a man missing from Beltsville State Park. Late Edition's Ann Gownley reports.
Several search crews and several hours later, still no sign of the missing fisherman at Beltsville State Park.
The in-county dive personnel and dive team were dispatched, and the water rescue personnel within Carbon County were dispatched. And then as they gathered here, they determined there was a need for an extensive dive operation. So multiple mutual aid dive, search and rescue and dive companies were called in from the surrounding areas.
A boat on the lake was discovered around daybreak by fishermen on shore. The Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission are currently investigating what happened.
The fishermen from shore that witnessed something, it seemed like there was a boat that wasn't operating properly. I believe they reported that it was just not operating in a normal fashion and seemed like something was wrong, and then they did not see a person. So it's assumed that a person is missing from that boat in the lake.
According to Nalesnik, there was a flotation device found on the boat. Hundreds of volunteers from several counties have responded to help search and gather evidence. However, the lake is several miles long and the depth varies up to 100 feet deep, which may put search teams in danger, but Lehighton Fire Department Lieutenant Steve Ebert says that's not stopping them from searching.
Like all the volunteers here, we just believe in helping our community. I think any of the volunteers that are here would say the same thing. We just want to make sure that our communities, we have a lot of mutual aid departments here, and all of us just give our time to do what's right for the community. And I think all of the volunteers would do the same thing.
Ebert says there is approximately 10 feet of visibility, so dive teams are staying above water and using sonar devices.
We have 4 different boats that are using sonar to try and pinpoint a location. We had an eyewitness who witnessed the accident this morning. From that witness, we've been able to try and pinpoint at least an area of the lake where we're focusing our search efforts right now.
All boat launches at the park have been closed to the public until the investigation is completed. Crews suspended their search around 3:30 this afternoon. For WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Ann Gownley.
Thank you, Ann. And finally, tomorrow is Election Day for some voters in Schuylkill and Carbon counties. A special election is taking place in municipalities in both counties within the Hazleton Area School District. It comes as the result of a mistake made during the May primary in which Steve Hahn's name was left on the ballots even though he withdrew from the race. Luzerne County is picking up the tab for the election redo since it failed to notify the other two counties. Polling places open all day tomorrow from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. to allow voters in those communities to cast their ballots again for Hazleton Area School Board. And that's a look at tonight's recaps. When we come back, Ann Gownley has our weekend roundup, and Kenny's back in with the second half of sports.
Oh, we got some more rain to talk about in our forecast, but of course we had those showers and still thunderstorms out there. We know how bad cloud-to-ground lightning can be, but it even gets worse because back in 1982 in Arizona, 20 strikes on a television station antenna within 10 minutes. Keep in mind that lightning hits the tallest object, and that was the tallest object at that particular location. 7-day forecast coming up in a few.
WYLN TV 35 is looking to hire a highly motivated, energetic salesperson for the Hazleton and surrounding areas. We offer a competitive salary and benefits package. Call 956-5772.
The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated at 542 North Wyoming Street in Hazleton, serving the greater Hazleton area since 1890 and still family owned and operated, offers convenient parking, handicapped accessibility, seating for over 150 people, casket, cremation product showrooms to accommodate traditional, cremation, and pre-planned funerals. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated, 570-454-3341.
The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce welcomes all vendors and crafters to participate in the Downtown Hazleton Farmers Market beginning Saturday, July 13th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 20 West Broad Street. To become a vendor, call 570-455-1509 or email info@hazletonchamber.org.
What in the... Tom, it is 2 a.m.
You know, I just love this on-demand thing. Tons of extra choices, pause, rewind.
You are always here watching my on-demand. Why don't you just get rid of your dish and get digital cable yourself?
You know, I'd love to. But I still have 7 months left on my contract.
Service Electric Digital Cable with On Demand. The best TV in the neighborhood.
Go hog wild for Iron Pigs Baseball. WYLN is televising the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs Live, America's favorite pastime on your local network, WYLN TV 35. See the Major League Stars of tomorrow at Coca-Cola Park. Don't miss any of the games here on WYLN TV 35. Visit WYLNTV.com for a complete Iron Pig schedule. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs on WYLN, your home for live sports.
Another busy weekend in the WYLN viewing area, and Gownley has our recap.
Saturday in Drums, people from all over came together to celebrate the annual powwow. It's an annual event that takes place across the nation and the world. We spoke with the Dawn Wild Eagle, a traditional dancer, who says it's a time for all nations to come together to dance, along with a chance to view and buy several crafts.
In the powwow, like what you're seeing behind me, you'll see a circle. The circle is the heart. You hear the drum, it's the heartbeat of the rhythm of Mother Earth. And then we are the blood that flows inside the circle in one main vein called the grand entry. And then we have an MC that announces everything, that's what's going on, so the spectators and everybody can understand what they're watching. And it's really a great time to be out here.
Wild Eagle tells us that many of the dances they perform are nearly 2,000 years old. Sunday was a day where the youth of Frackville were able to learn about fire, bike, and driving safety at the Frackville Elks BPOE 1533. The Elks was given a $2,000 gratitude grant from the Elks National Headquarters. Free smoke detectors, bike helmets, and information on texting and driving were available. It was their first annual event, and leading knight Bill Mack says the Elks was happy to inform the children and their parents.
Just to promote, especially with bike safety with the helmets, our local ambulance and our firefighters have said there have been accidents, just to try and help the kids become educated on that.
There were plenty of local organizations involved to help promote safety.
Oh, we have quite a few organizations. The Frackville Cub Scout Pack is here. Our local Masons are here they're actually doing fingerprinting inside. We have our 3 major fire departments, the Goodwill Hose Company, Altamont Fire Company, and Inglewood Friendship Fire Company, along with the Elks here, the Frackville Ambulance, Community Ambulance. So we have quite a few community organizations helping out the event today.
The Elks hopes to continue these types of events 3 or 4 more times this year, including a youth dance for children to have fun, all while learning. It is a Cole Region rags to riches story. Sunday was declared William Gilbert Day in Ashland by Mayor Dennis Kane. Even the engine was named after him. At 9 years old, Gilbert was a breaker boy and grew up to be the owner and operator of a 4-engine coal company.
We've been working on this since probably back in January. We started on this, and we decided we'd have William Gilbert Day, rename the engines or re-letter the engines the way they were when Mr. Gilbert had them built in the 20s. And we had some tremendous local cooperation. Reidler Decal did the lettering for us, and we invited the family. We decided that we would honor them as best we could. We didn't want anything grand or elaborate, but we just wanted something simple to pay tribute to the man and to honor his family.
The Pioneer title received engines in 1962 from a junkyard near Hazleton and restored them. For years, many have visited and took a ride on those trains, all while learning the history of the area. The original owner of the engines was William Gilbert. Family members did lots of research to find the original documents and pictures. Now these trains are all they have left of William after he died in a train accident at a young age. We spoke with Gilbert's grandson, David Lynn.
We have the plan. We have a lot of the paperwork from when he first ordered these things back in the 20s. And it just kind of brings it full circle.
Sunday, his family was able to visit the trains and celebrate his life on his day.
It's wonderful. It's very emotional. The best thing is that we've got like 50 or 60 members of the extended family here from all over the country, and that's pretty neat.
Kane says they will be planning next year's event in October. For WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Ann Gownley.
Thank you, Ann. Some very special events taking place this past weekend. Well, Kenny's back in with the second round of sports, and Joe recaps the forecast, so stay with us.
All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Tamaqua, PA is a 3-generation family-owned and operated dealership entering their 33rd year of business and continues to uphold the family philosophy that every customer should be treated as part of the family. Stop in and let them show you how they honor these values. You'll meet a family member in every department, from finding your new car in sales to low interest rates and financing and extending your vehicle's life and service.
Give us the opportunity to show you. We're big enough to serve you, but small enough to know you.
All Care Home Care, the health care that you need in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
At All Care Home Care, our caring and compassionate staff of skilled nurses, occupational, speech, physical therapists, dietitian, social worker, and home health aides will give you the professional care you need. Call 459-3002.
With All Care Home Care, you will feel so much better and be able to do so much more.
Remember, it's still your choice. For your care, call us and we'll be there.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Tamaqua, PA is a 3-generation family-owned and operated dealership entering their 33rd year of business and continues to uphold the family philosophy that every customer should be treated as part of the family. Stop in and let them show you how they honor these values. You'll meet a family member in every department, from finding your new car in sales to low interest rates and financing and extending your vehicle's life and service.
Give us the opportunity to show you. We're big enough to serve you, but small enough to know you.
Welcome back to Sports on the Late Edition. I'm Ken Kara in for Beth Mensinger. Do you know what starts 2 weeks from today? Preseason camp for the Penn State football team. The Lions begin their 2013 season on the road against the Syracuse Orange on August 31st at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. For many, that will be the first time they get a glimpse at the Nittany Lions. However, some fans got a sneak peek of the squad at the Blue White game and at Penn State's annual Lift for Life fundraiser that benefits the Kidney Cancer Association. It's year 2 of the Bill O'Brien era in Happy Valley, and we asked Eric Shrive, Penn State offensive lineman, how it's been going.
It's been a grind. I mean, but we're a year more into the system. We know what to expect now. We're a year more into the playbook, so we know what's going on. Last year, I think when we got into camp, everything was sort of, we're still throwing stuff off the wall and see what was going to stick. And I think now, we're getting ready to go, and we're in our playbooks, and everyone's really focused on what's going to happen in this upcoming season.
Shrive says he's excited about the offense and being able to put on a show for the fans. Penn State's first home game is September 7th against Eastern Michigan. Kickoff is set for noon at Beaver Stadium for that game. The Milwaukee Brewers' Ryan Braun has been suspended without pay by Major League Baseball for the rest of the 2013 season and postseason. Braun is being suspended for violations of the Basic Agreement and Joint Drug Prevention and Treatment Program. Braun will not contest the suspension, saying, "As I have acknowledged in the past, I am not perfect. I realize now that I have made some mistakes. I am willing to accept the consequences of those actions." Braun added, "I cannot wait to get back to the game I love." Alex Rodriguez is not ready to rejoin the Yankees. He was supposed to play his final rehab game with the Rail Riders yesterday, but he has a strained left quadriceps and won't be able to return this week. He'll remain on the disabled list and go back to Tampa for rest and treatment. Andrew Bynum is officially an ex-Sixer. Today, the Cavaliers announced they'd signed him to a 2-year, $24 million contract. Only $6 million is guaranteed in the first year, but he could earn another $6 million through incentives. Bynum was a free agent, signing by the Sixers prior to last season, but missed the entire year with knee problems. Jaromir Jagr is now a Devil. He signed a 1-year deal. Terms were not released. The deal is expected to be formally announced tomorrow. Jagr is 41. He had 16 goals and 19 assists with Dallas and Boston. Ohio State head coach Urban Meyer has suspended starting running back Carlos Hyde pending the outcome of a student code of conduct and criminal investigation. According to the Columbus Dispatch, Hyde is a person of interest in an assault that occurred at a bar in Columbus over the weekend. RG3 has been cleared for practice 6 months after major reconstructive knee surgery. Redskins quarterback Robert Griffin III says he's got the doctor's okay to start training camp. Griffin tweeted the news this morning. Well, I know you all have been waiting for it, so without further ado, here's tonight's scoreboard. We start in the International League. Russ Kanzler goes 1 for 2. He walked, he scored, and he drove in a run as Indianapolis all over Charlotte 17-1. Lehigh Valley losers tonight. Toledo and Scranton Wilkes-Barre postponed. In the American League, the Rays are now just a half game behind the Red Sox as they knock off the Sox at Fenway. The Yankees fall to the Rangers. As we move on, the Orioles also chasing the Red Sox atop the AL East. They seem to be closing in as well. 9-2. They lead the Royals in the top of the 7th. Also in the American League tonight, Twins and Angels. 1-0 Angels there, and the Indians lead the Mariners in the bottom of the 2nd. Over the National League, Pirates beat the Nationals 6-5. Nationals now on quite the losing streak. Braves, they beat the Mets. And our final scoreboard tonight, the Giants. 3-0. They trail the Reds in the top of the 2nd, and that is our final scoreboard this evening. Thanks for watching Sports Tonight. Beth is back tomorrow, and we are back with more Late Edition after this.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
Weatherwood is a privately owned 200-bed nursing and rehabilitation center. Nestled within the quiet town of Weatherly, PA, we offer our residents and their families tranquil and scenic views from just about anywhere in the building. We are located within minutes of Hazleton General Hospital as well as major metropolitan medical and trauma centers in the Lehigh Valley. Whispering Meadows is a 50-bed secured dementia unit within our facility. Whether you need short-term, long-term, or respite stay, call or stop by today for a tour.
Enjoy the great outdoors at the Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range's Trap, Skeet, and Sporting Clays course. No waiting and no lines. First time shooting? Whitetail Preserve employs certified instructors to help you get the most out of your experience. Hungry? The restaurant at Whitetail has a great menu to satisfy and offers catering for all occasions. Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, approximately 13 miles west of Hazleton and just 1 hour from Allentown, Reading, and the Delaware Water Gap. 118 Boulevard Road, just off the Rockland Road, near Rockland. 384-2314.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. We're joined by Beth Arrow, who's going to talk to us about how she used chiropractic care during her pregnancy to help her feel great. We're also going to tell you a little bit about massage therapy. It's going to be a great show. You don't want to miss it. It's coming up this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us.
We have the rain to contend with as we approach the 11 o'clock hour. You can see it falling on Live 35 Skycast Dollar as indicated by the various colors you see on the screen. The yellows, oranges, deeper reds indicating the heavier rain that is falling. And we have this to contend with as we head through tonight. And again, as we head into tomorrow, it looks like the chance of some more rain, especially in the morning. And as we progress through the day and head into tomorrow night, I think all of this rain shifts outward, and behind it paves the way for some more pleasant, cooler conditions. Humidity levels will drop as well. Another point I might add for tomorrow is it's going to be quite muggy and very sticky and humid across our area. Our live Lehigh Tire conditions outside our station in Hazleton, 68 degrees. The rain's still falling out there, so the humidity coming in at 100%. We've picked up now a third of an inch of rain since midnight, and you can see the winds averaging anywhere between 5 to as much as 10 miles per hour. So we started on a relatively mild note, generally 60s, some lower 70s out there, and today getting up into the 80s in most locations, a few isolated areas, upper 70s. Overall, not a bad day temperature-wise. 69 now, Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport. These are the dew point numbers. 69 in Williamsport, 72, Selinsgrove 72 in Harrisburg. And when you're up in the upper 60s and lower 70s, you walk outside, you still feel some of that mugginess in the air. But with the rain falling, it's not quite as bad. Now, those numbers will be up there again tomorrow, as it's going to be very humid across our region. It is now temperature-wise 70 in Mount Pocono, 73 in Allentown, 77 in Philadelphia, and 70 degrees in State College. Satellite and radar, here comes all the rain from the northeast to central to even out toward the west, making its way toward the east. So we'll have to deal with that as we head through tonight and as we head into tomorrow morning. And then even in the afternoon hours, still some more showers, maybe a couple of thunderstorms around. And then going into tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, it clears out. Behind it, again, some more pleasant conditions, lower humidity levels, very comfortable. But it will be humid tomorrow. It's going to be on a sticky side, if you will. And then the front comes through. The humidity suppresses down toward the south, brings in some much more refreshing air by our Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Tropical activity, not much going on. This area of high pressure out there in the Atlantic basically suppresses any type of tropical activity that may want to develop. So it's been quite quiet in the tropics lately. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys, a division of Arc Electric. So we still have some of that rain around as we head into tomorrow. But then after that, things looking very nice in the 70s, a mix of clouds and sunshine, low humidity levels, and then maybe some more rain, some showers and storms for Sunday and Monday of next week.
A little wet out there when you were outside before, huh?
Yeah, just a tad, yep.
I'm very upset. I was under the impression the entire news set was now outside. I didn't think, it was just Joe Grbaczyk who got
That
to
would
be.
be a cool idea.
But Joe, someone told me that you're much cooler now that you're outside. It's something about being outside. You're this cooler presence of Joe Grbaczyk.
He's more relaxed. He thinks he's on vacation when he's out there, right?
Yeah, except tonight I had the squeaky shoes.
That adds to your coolness.
Squeaky shoes, yeah, that was fun. All right, everybody. To be continued tomorrow. We'll see if the rain continues or if the tropical weather returns. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 5 and 10.